how it's supposed to feel.
One final huzzah for Miss Ruggles, hip hip. Huzzah! And on the show, who's going to show? Follow me.
Goodbye, criminals! Don't tell anybody! Exactly! I was gambling away all night. I'd be on a company on ship low. And I'm married.
Welcome back, all told. That was 3.5 hours worth of tea destruction we just partook in. I know, it felt like 10 minutes, didn't it? Well, why would you stand upon the same body of water as the night of December 16th? This is not actually Griffin's Wharf. This wharf is actually located right where that red brick building with green glass windows stands today. That is the true location of the night of the destruction of the tea. So, if we were destroying tea there in the year of our Lord 2023, we'd be hurling those crates directly into oncoming traffic. Body of water we stand upon now, well, it's exactly that in 1773, a body of water, which means this deck doesn't exist, so I hope everybody here knows how to swim. But as the night winds down, everyone, I think we can all rest assured that our names and the names of the other men involved in tonight's tea destruction will never ever see the light of day. Oh, you've got to be joking. As I recall, we all took an oath of secrecy, did we not? If you'd actually please stand clear of the doors, thank you very much. As I was saying, this list of known participants does not emerge for another 50 years or so, thanks in no small part to the testimonies of Mr. Benjamin Eads, Mr. George Robert Wells Hughes, and Mr. Joshua Wyatt. And just to reiterate, these are just the names that we know of. Tonight, there are between 100 to 150 men destroying tea out here on the wharf, and we will never know every single one of their names. Now, you may notice one name that's conspicuously absent here, that of Mr. Samuel Adams, as stirring a speech as Mr. Adams gave back at Old South, he didn't come. The reason as to why, however, well, his reason at any rate, being a known figure to patriots and loyalists, which in fairness he is, he fears that to join us out here tonight would be to risk arrest. Aren't we already risking arrest just being here, Mr. Suckle?
I don't think he's lifted up anything heavier than a material wine.
Yes. Oh no, we're gonna need a strong glass of that after this. Well, at any rate, he remains at Old South listening to, and I couldn't make this up if I tried, a treatise on the ill effects of tea on one's health. Lasts about 12 to 15 minutes, gives him an alibi. What a riveting way to spend an evening is all I can say. But in the meantime, there are still some very interesting stories amongst these men, one of them being that of Mr. Francis Akeley. Now, Mr. Akeley is what we would call a boastful type, if you will. He would brag of starting the Great Boston Fire if he had anything to gain by it. And sure enough, in spite of our oaths of secrecy, not 3 days later, he's overheard bragging of his involvement in tonight's tea destruction. What a surprise. And sure enough, just the wrong people overhear him and subsequently turn him over to the authorities. It would be the first brush that Francis has had with the law, and it certainly is not the fifth. So, sure. No, things are looking rather grim for Francis, because as we all know, the punishment for treason is death. And I know, unfortunately, without two eyewitnesses to corroborate on the story, because that is the eyewitness, that is the law here in Massachusetts. You need if you're going to make an accusation of that kind, you need two eyewitnesses to confirm such an accusation, and we can't even find one for Francis, so he sets Godfrey, and I'm sure the Bradley brothers will have a field day with whoever peached on him, as they are part of the Tarring and Feathering Committee. Now, everyone, these doors have opened of their own accord. No, I don't know who those people are, which means it's time for us to venture.